Hey, welcome, all my right thinkers. Thanks for tuning in to check out your boy, P-Funk. Thinking right out here in the lab. I do what I do for you. I got a continuation of the last lesson, so let's get busy. Rightism, 25 rules, excuse me, to live by. Storytelling, story with the message and the story for life. Giving good life lessons. You are tuning and receiving them. I appreciate you. We got a good thing going. Let's ride. Right thinking mission, that's what I'm on. It's to enlighten, inspire, educate, and motivate you, the individual, to a higher spiritual level of enlightenment, knowing yourself a little bit better. Right thinking's way of life through mental and spiritual discipline daily will help and guide you to attain your goal of spiritual enlightenment, aka know thyself. That's my mission. Like the Blues Brothers, I'm on a mission from God. My mission is to get you to God for yourself. Okay, but doing that, aka knowing thyself. Do you know you? That's rhetorical, and if you don't, tune in. I can help you with that. That's what I do for you. A person who knows not and knows not that they know not is foolish. Disregard them. A person who knows not and knows that they know not is simple. You teach them. That's what I do. That do for you. I appreciate you too. Stay tuned. I got you. A person who knows not and believe that they know is dangerous. Avoid them. I do. A person who knows but knows not that they know is asleep spiritually. I can awaken them. That's my mission. I'm here to wake you up. I'm the spiritual alarm clock here to wake you up with knowledge of self. That's my job. A person who knows and knows that they know is wise. Follow them. All these persons reside in you. I think know that self. And to my yacht, be true. That means to yourself. You are my yacht. When you live in it, that's what you are. So be true to yourself. Okay. I wrapped up with the last one, telling you about the Bhagavad Gita. Now I'm gonna start this lesson off with the title, right thinkers. Let's talk about the ancient Egyptian primordial ocean. And this was the concept of 5,000 years ago. Pay attention. Before there was any god or goddess, even Ra or Asar and Aset. And before there were any physical matter, the planets, the sun, animals, human beings, etc. This is before. There was the primeval ocean, aka the noon, and from it emitted all that existed. Listen, the primeval ocean, and from it emitted all that exists. That's where we come from. Where we come from, according to them, the primeval ocean out of God's consciousness. There are stories of what primeval oceans and what every culture. Everybody got a story about the beginning. I just went through that. Now you got the Hinduism. Also, watch this. They include teachings in reference to what the primeval ocean, and the Christian Bible begins with creations emanating out of what the primeval waters, the abyss, and in the book of Genesis. The oldest notion the oldest notion and the greatest emphasis on the concept of the primeval ocean comes from where? Ancient Egypt, my home. I'm an Egyptian now. All right, 35 years there. I'm pretty comfortable in Egypt. I'm doing a thing today. They got a church in my neighborhood. They have an Egyptian exhibit. I'm going to check out, see what they're putting down. I'm I'm going to critique their Egyptian exhibit. How about that? Yeah, I got it like that. Moving on, sorry about that. But in the same manner, watch this. The wave, this is how they explain it in the waves, arise out of the ocean and appears to what? Be different, shapes, sizes, and texture, the objects of the phenomenal universe, the sun, stars, planet, trees, animals, or living beings arise out of what? The primeval ocean, aka the moon, the abyss, if you want to call it. Please understand that this is just a lesson to get you to understand it where everybody talk about what comes. This is the beginning. You start with the beginning. Everybody has one. That's what I'm trying to get you across. That's my lesson to show you. All right, but watch this. But this rising did not occur once in the beginning of time. Why? It is continually what occurring. All objects in nature are continuously what sustained by an unseen force, aka amen, that hidden force. That's it. Which modern scientists, what's what they call it, cannot fully explain. However, the science does explain some characteristics of this phenomenal universe, and these reveal what an ocean of energy wherein all things are interrelated and bound together as what opposites. There we go again. Now, to the ordinary thinker of the universe full of separate objects which are composed of different elements. In fact, modern science again reveals that all objects in the universe are what composed of the same stuff. What the hell is stuff? Dark matter, invisible. All these names. They call it stuff. Now, all the elements, we know that, have what? The same basis. What? Energy. Energy is the key. That's what makes things go. Further, watch this. All matter is what? Merely a manifestation of the same essence, but in different modes of manifestation. This facet of matter was explained when thousands of years ago by who? The sage of the mystic wisdom. Teachers teach. Okay? Preachers preach. Moving on. The sages, let's understand this. The sages, which is the teachers, have shown that consciousness or pure awareness is the basis of all matter. Just as when you are not thinking, there is no thoughts or vibrations in the consciousness of your mind, but in the same way, this universe is what? A manifestation of the thought process of who? The Supreme Being, aka God. Therefore, it is possible to have what? An infinite number of elements, combinations of those elements, just as it is possible for you to create anything in what your mind of what your own consciousness when applied towards the what imaginative and dream process. When we go to sleep, we go into our own conscious dream world. We're living in God's. That's the concept. That's the best I can do for you. Hope you understand that. We create our own dream, and anything's in that dream. Like when Luke from Star Wars went into the cave, when Yoda told him, "You only need what you're going, whatever you take in there, you're going to need." First thing he grabbed was his lightsaber, his gun, his protector. If you come in peace, you will be dealt with peacefully. That's just old additive, and it still holds true today. But they played with it back before. But that's the deal. The hands raised, yeah, hands up. Don't mean touchdown. It means I come in peace. Oh, sign of astonishment. Oh, it's called a dua, D-U-A. That means worshiping. Your hands up, you prostrate yourself, and you give thanks. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Yeah, but remember, the Supreme Being has consciousness, and we are part of his consciousness. Watch this. So therefore, it's what? It's possible to have an infinite number of elements and combinations of those elements, just as possible as you create anything in what your mind of what your own consciousness when applied toward your imaginary dream process. I think I read that already. Okay, but here's the important part. Here we go. When the body dies, I did a lesson about the afterlife. Let me give you a concept. When the body dies, it returns to the earth. That's why it stays here. It's physical. It can't rise. It can't. It's physical. It's matter. It's a bunch of elements come together. So it's earthbound. So when it dies, it returns to the earth from which it arose. Where does the spirit go? Ding, 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 ding. That's a $64,000 question. And if we had our young kids understanding when you ask them that question, you should be able to give them a coherent answer that they can try to figure out and understand and do it make sense. And then they can follow it. Then they're not all messed up about what's going on in the world. Watch this. It returns to the ocean of consciousness as represented by what? The duat. Okay, lesson about that. And if, watch this. Now, here's the caveat. And if it is not enlightened, This is why right thinking philosophy, whole goal is to enlighten, right thing is to know themselves. Because if not enlightened, watch this, returns to the physical plane, meaning it's going this way, and of existence. It returns to the physical plane. It needs a body. So when a new birth comes around, its spirit goes into that body. That body got to become enlightened, or the spirit going to jump to another body, and hence reincarnating. All right, to have more human experiences. Why? So when an enlightened and attained through the practice of right thinking philosophy or yoga, one what? Learn to commune with the ocean of pure infinite consciousness, which is your higher self, which is even which is an ever existing reality beyond the grasp of those who are what? Devoid of spiritual knowledge, aka sensitivity, ignorant of the higher self. Meaning you don't know God, don't believe in God, you have experienced God. All those above will keep you from getting to where you want to go, which is becoming an enlightened being, knowing thyself. My whole goal is based on just that, and I'm taking any and every opportunity I could to make that happen. Your limited mind, listen, when it's unenlightened, is like a wave in the ocean of the supreme being. Oh, excuse me, a wave in the ocean. Okay, of the supreme being. What, however, meaning you're always part of God. God tell you, I'm with you to any time. All that philosophical stuff that y'all talking don't have a clue. We break it down for you, real simple. God is the spirit that's in you. It's gonna be there till your body cease to exist. Understand that. But you have conscious free will. Use that to know thyself. That's the ticket. Anything other than that is just spinning your wheel. Simple. I'm moving on. But however, though the waves seem to be what? Separate, and you seem to be alone, in reality, God is what? Always there. I just told you that. But y'all, it says that in the book, yeah. But do you understand it? I'm just bringing it to you like I know. God is always there, and in the very fabric of all physical objects, as well as the very source and sustenance of what? Human consciousness. I keep God on my mind, and I got my mind on God. That's God conscious. Why? That's what you need to be. And it is due to what? The distraction, here we go, of the mind caused by what? Egoistic desires, illusions, cravings, longings, and ignorance that the innermost recesses of your unconscious mind is veiled from what? The conscious awareness, aka knowing thyself. When the veil of ignorance is lifted, you see things. Because the veil of ignorance is down, because of how you live and what you don't know about yourself, you are ignorant to yourself, and mostly a danger and hindrance to yourself, hence fetters, self-inflicted issues. Nevertheless, let me wrap this up. The exterior world and the internal world are what? Nothing but, again, manifestations of the primeval waters, God, the higher self within what? All beings, meaning us. I'm going to go a little further. So when you delve deeper into the mysteries, aka Shidi practice, of what? The ocean of consciousness within your mind, you are able to what? Discover the deeper truths about your real essence, your origin, and your purpose for life. Oh, life is a big mystery. No, it's not. Mm-mm. It's a mystery to the ignorant, just like as a mason. What we do is secret. No, not. You join, you learn it too. But if you're not part of something, yeah, you're the outsider. Okay? It's a lot of outsiders thinking they in. Another big problem. This is the process, watch this, we call Shidi. What is Shedi? Again, Shedi or Shedy. They spell it with the I. Shedi is the intense study. What I do every day in life, intensely study how I can better help other people with their life. So I put together these lessons to do just that. That's Shedi. Intense study of what? The teachings through what? Through good association with who? Sages. I'm saying, and others who are what? Spiritually elevated personalities. My best friend is my pastor. Anybody that's God fearing, I can work with. If you a pretender, a faker, we ain't gonna be on the same page. Well, I can notice that, and I know those people how they are. So if you ain't one of them, okay. Now, when the wisdom teachings, iron sharpens iron. Now I got an issue. I take it to my pastor. Well, who you go to? I tell you, I got my pastor. Somebody who I respect their opinion. And I know they're gonna be honest and forthright. Not gonna care about how I feel. Not, no, nope. Honest and forthright. Cuts through all the nonsense. That's what true friends will do. So you got one, be happy. Now with the wisdom teachings, you are what studied deeply and you learn the mystical implications and are understood what that a special form of transformation occurs when it leads to what the discovery of the highest spiritual truths, what I teach, within what one's heart. Truth lies in the heart. When the ears hear the truth, it will to the heart. This is what you need to be hearing. So I'm trying to get the ears to those who want to hear the truth. Open the ears and you hear it. Why? Because I'm speaking from the heart. I speak the truth. Makaru to you. Now, discovering this glorious truth, of your true nature, that's the goal of all right thinkers. Discovering yourself. Know thyself. This is the goal of all right thinkers, yoga, and the mystical philosophy of right thinking philosophy. Your goal is to know yourself. I'm gonna read a little further. I got a few more minutes. I'm gonna keep pushing it. All right, watch this. Thus, in the same way as form is within a stone and can be carved into a sculpture, all objects in creation that exist arise and dissolve into what? The primeval ocean. There we go again. In other words, from the singular pre-existent ocean of consciousness arises what? All that exists as a thought in the mind of God. Jesus Christ. Everything that exists comes from the mind of God in the form of what? A trinity or triad of consciousness. Broke that down for you, three stages of consciousness before. So therefore, from the one arose three. The self-God is a what? A sea of pure consciousness, noon, or the noon, and out of that same sea came creation. Again, creation then is what? The sea which has been rippled with waves by the wind of thought and vibrations. Thus, thought and vibrations are what? The results of desires of the mind. In the same way, a placid lake reflects an unbroken image to the moon when disturbed by a rock, develops ripples. The pure consciousness of the mind is fragmented, rippled as it were by what? The thought waves caused by desire of what? For worldly experiences. There comes the problem because of the rippling of consciousness. There appears to be what? Many moons when there's really only one. See the difference? Now, if the lake of the mind were to be calm, relaxed, at peace, if there were no desires, the egoistic things that you want for yourself, then what? That's called meditating. Free your mind, no desires. Then watch this. Then the mind will what? Reflect its essential unity in the non-duality of you and God becoming one, not you separated from God. This primeval water never changed into what? Creation. Creation is the primeval waters itself and is continuously what? Changing according to the winds of cosmic vibration as prescribed by the cosmic mind of God. Therefore, creation is a continuous process which occurs at every moment by God's conscious example, God's very presence in everything that exists in time and space. End of the lesson. I hope you enjoyed it. I enjoyed that one. Hope you got it. I'll be back. I got more.